Pummeled in the press and maligned on TV, recent years have not been good to gypsies.
People are afraid of our culture.
But neither have the preceding centuries.
So I don't really know what people think we're going to actually do to them. Eat them or something like this, a bit of cannibalism or something.
Mixing pop with politics.
I'm celebrating my culture. I'm an Irish Roma and I am proud of who I am and I am proud of my people.
This series will get behind the headlines and popular perceptions to discover why gypsies love being gypsies.
It was good.
We'll see if opportunity knocks for the organisers and entrants at one of the most extravagant events in the gypsy calendar, Travellers' Got Talent.
They're getting near, so you better pray, rogues and gypsies are coming to get you.
And we'll meet travellers and gypsies with tales to tell and dreams to live.
The prize money's £1,000. That money would be a good help.
There'll be tears and tantrums.
Can you turn the cameras off a minute?
There'll be singing, dancing and a few fashion statements. But there'll also be travellers' rights.
There's a definite atmosphere of tension here. None of them know where they're going to go.
And travellers' wrongs.
Do you like your teeth?
Yeah, I do like my teeth.
Yeah, teeth, goodbye.
As we blend sunbeds and caravans with Pride and Prejudice.
I'm going to fall over.
This is A Gypsy Life For Me.
Can you sing, sir? Can you dance? What about the wife?
Jake Bowers, the gypsy community's answer to Simon Cowell, is on a roll.
Gypsy man needs to have a bit of a belly. There's a thing called being a baro rom, which means a big gypsy.
His talent competition for travellers has showcased some eclectic and eccentric acts.
That's what I want. Lots of gypsies.
It's unearthed some rough diamonds.
Boys is the best. You're a wimp.
And some polished performers.
And I must die.
But Jake has a problem.
What's wrong with them?
Well, we can't have them in here.
His chief sponsor, a mobile communications company, is not happy.
We can't be seen putting sponsorship banners up here.
Well, nobody's told me that.
I said it might not be possible.
Unable to get the exposure Jake promised, Zafar is threatening to pull out.
Next week, I'll come up to see you. Come up to see you in Birmingham, and we'll find a way through this. Okay?
Can't say I'm happy about it, but okay. Pathetic, honestly.
Today, Zafar's summoned Jake to his HQ in Birmingham and is more than ready to haul him over the proverbial coals.
Disappointed and a little bit angry. We have put quite a bit of money up for this event, and if we fail to get our message across to this audience, then we've wasted our money, quite frankly.
It was a disaster at the South Bank Centre. In some of the locations, we're not getting the audience that I promised him that we would. I said we'd have 400 to 500 people at each location, and in some cases, like a Derby, we probably had about 150 people. I mean, we've also got Cheshire coming up, where currently we only have 4 contestants. If I don't live up to my end of the bargain, he doesn't have to live up to his. He can walk away.
This is a crucial showdown, one that could mean the end of the competition. In Sussex, Jake's judge Gentina Chapman, a former gypsy model, pop star, and now a settled mum of 2, is blissfully unaware of what's at stake in Birmingham. But Gentina's karma is about to be disturbed by her judging colleague Roisin Mullins, a Romany gypsy and Irish dancer extraordinaire.
Whoa!
Fucking hell, that really hurts.
Hello.
Hi, baby Annie, it's Machine.
Hello.
It's baby Annie. Isn't she lovely? Come here, Annie.
She's gorgeous.
She's a bit dirty. She's been crawling round. Say hello. Say hi. She's very friendly.
Hello.
Haven't you, Anne?
The press were out in force at the last heat and the judges jostled for the limelight.
I like being bigger than you, Roisin.
I feel really short. I feel
You
like...
are, you're a midget.
Today the paper's hot off the press and Roisin can't wait to show Gentina the results.
I saw Roisin Mullins running round. Hey, where's the sun? Where's the sun? Have you seen the magazines? I need to get in them.
Here it is. Now, look.
You and Jake are no bigger than a postage stamp.
Me and Jake might be a postage stamp, but you're not there at all.
What the hell were you doing with your arm behind your head?
I'm a dancer. It's one of my poses.
Look at me. My name is Roisin.
I was checking it out.
Look at me. You leave the posing to me.
I didn't
You
see
leave
that
it to the Wonder Bra.
It was
model,
too
Roisin.
small.
Did you see the Sun article that first came out about Travellers Got Talent?
I saw
You
it.
were nowhere, love.
I saw
it. was only me. Oh, no, seriously, but it's not about Jake and that thing holding her head. It's about this. That girl,
This
she
is the standard.
absolutely
Yes,
incredible.
yes.
And that girl can crack a tune, I tell you.
She's quite good at putting a bit of makeup on as well.
Yeah, she's good at
She's
the makeup.
gorgeous.
Better than this. Look at this. This is a transvestite here.
You know what? It's so strange. I'm sure Gentina's English, but every time she's anywhere near me, she speaks like an old Irish lady.
I know, I absolutely love it, don't I, Annie? But look at her laughing at me, look.
She's attention-seeking like her mummy.
Yeah, she is. Anne, do you think the Travellers has got any talent? No. You don't think they've got no talent? You just like cuddling, don't you?
Back in Birmingham, Jake's about to face his sponsor, knowing that for businessman Zaffa, it's not about the quality of contestants, but the quantity.
Come in. Jake.
Zaffa, how are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
At the Derbyshire heat, there were only 7 auditionees and a sparse audience.
Derby was rubbish, in all honesty, in terms of the amount of empty chairs we've had. Our job as a corporate sponsor was to just give you the money. It was just going to be quite a pleasant, smooth sailing experience, but it's not turning out like that at the moment, is it?
Listen, I know there's been some real issues. I promised you that you would be able to have a corporate presence at all of the venues. Now, at the South Bank Centre, they will not allow it.
Jake, be honest with me. Did you lie to me?
It's fair to say it was a question that I didn't ask. Okay, I didn't think it would be a problem.
But
It's a big venue.
I heard her specifically mention that you were aware of this. So for you to say this was a surprise to you as well, I find that a little bit hard to believe.
Well,
I'll be very disappointed if you sort of deliberately sort of withheld that information from me.
Listen, Zaffa, I would never be dishonest. I didn't ask the question, and so I didn't receive the answer.
Yeah, but Jake, we've put money up. We're the main sponsor. We need to know whether it's been a wise investment for us or not.
Course.
And as it's looking, it's not looking that way at the moment.
And we've got some issues coming up in different venues as well. Cheshire this weekend is looking a bit ropey.
Why?
At this stage, we only have 4 contestants.
What?
Yeah.
4 contestants?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, we've only got...
Why is that?
People don't want to be, on stage. They don't want to perform in public. There's all kinds of things going on there between different families.
Jake, this is what I propose, okay? Get on the phone, get them out for the events, especially the one in Cheshire. Find out if anyone can sing, dance, play the spoons, do magic. And if they can't, they can at least come along and be a participant in the audience. What we need is numbers, bums and seats.
Where there are problems, there are always solutions, and we can overcome them, and we can get people there, and we can perhaps make it the best one of all. Can we do it? The gypsy way to seal a deal is with a slap of the hands. Harder.
Can I slap your face as well?
It's a long way to come to be told off. That was a tough meeting and a tough conversation, and I had to take a few hits on the chin. But they're a good bunch of people. They're active sponsors. They want to make sure it's a success, so it's a success for everyone. Do you know what? You would be doing me such a big favour if you could come up and sing like you did last year.
Despite talking his way out of that sticky situation, Jake's still got an angry sponsor on his back and an upcoming heat with only a handful of entrants.
You know, if you came up, you've got a much bigger chance of getting through to the final where you can win £1,000.
It might be a competition to remember, but for all the wrong reasons.
There's about 4 people there at the moment. With you, it'd be about 5.
In 24 hours, Jake Bowers is hosting a competition to find a gypsy superstar. He's only got 4 entrants, but the numbers are slowly growing.
Well, that's good. Our little 14-year-old tap dancer, that was supposed to be tap dancing, is on his way. He's coming.
Tomorrow's show is in Cheshire, so Jake and gypsy judges Gentina and Roisin are getting ready for a 300-mile road trip, which wouldn't normally trouble a traveller, unless they're nursing a hangover.
One of them's a bit hungover, the other one is far more glamorous.
Who's saying that Roisin is more glamorous than me? Do you ever want me to speak to you again?
No, I'm saying currently she's looking healthier than you are.
Am I looking unhealthy? Am I looking unglamorous and unhealthy?
You look like you've had a night on the whiskey. You've even got whiskey-coloured clothes on.
Jake, you are such a bitch.
Just be careful with the suit, Roisin.
Every time I get in Jake's car, I'm with the suit. I feel like I'm sitting on Jake's lap.
Throwing a beanie, he looks all right as he is.
Yeah.
You're a creased-up man. You've never got an iron out in your life. No one's going to expect any different.
Do you know, it's going to be a very long drive. At some point, Gentina will shut up and fall asleep, which will be quite nice.
Let's get out of here.
Well, we're on the M25 heading north to Cheshire, and I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a growing tapping noise underneath the hood of the engine. We've got 217 miles to go. That engine noise is beginning to concern me a little bit. But when I take it out of gear, gone. Put it back in gear, comes back.
It's all my luggage weighing it down. I've broken Jake's car. It can't take the weight of my makeup bag.
I think it's Gentina's ego. It's just like it's just overloading the car. Jen, can you get out and walk?
Does it look like I'm in any fit state to move?
Is it getting worse, or is it me?
Jake, let's not drive to Manchester if we're going to break down.
I don't know what to do. I'm no mechanic. I'm just going to have to drive until it breaks off.
Fan belt breaks, ladies. Always wear tights because you'll be fine if you've got a pair of tights about you.
Something has just happened. I'm not being funny, but something has just happened.
What, Jake?
It's just gone. It is just gone.
Stop, babe. This is not even funny.
This is a gypsy road trip and it's not going smoothly.
80 miles down, over 200 to go. Jake and his judges' chances of making it to the next services, never mind Cheshire, look slim.
I can't, you go mad.
One gypsy girl, hoping her journey to the heat doesn't turn into a roller coaster ride, is Blackpool-based Nancy Petulengro. 15-year-old Nancy's an accomplished accordion player who's won national and international competitions, but is taking this one just as seriously.
I'd love to win it. I mean, the accordion's my life. I don't know what I'd do without it. It goes back hundreds of years in our family. My mother used to sit around the campfire and play, my granddad did, my dad's mother did, all of them used to play.
But winning this competition isn't the only lofty goal Nancy's aiming for.
My dream is to be playing the accordion professionally at the Blackpool Plaza Beach.
Some of the Petulengro family lay claim to Egyptian origins. Now firmly established in Blackpool, Nancy's mum is almost as famous as the pyramids themselves. Sarah Petulengro's been telling the fortunes of stars and holidaymakers for years, and is teaching Nancy the tricks of the trade, just in case a musical career isn't written in the stars.
Right, come on then, Nancy. Time for schoolwork. Right then, Nancy. We need to know the lines on the hands.
Many gypsy children are taught at home, but few get a curriculum quite as diverse as Nancy's.
On there, put the lifeline. When they get to 12-year-old, our children, 11-year-old, they don't go to a secondary school. She has a tutor at home where she does a maths and an English, but also they've got to learn the Romany side of it, which is reading the palms, tarot cards, astrology.
If you've got a long and strong lifeline, it means you'll live to a good age.
Right.
And you'll have a healthy life. Most travellers don't go to high school because they need to learn something that you can't learn in school. Where they train to be lawyers, we train to be palmists, fortune tellers. It's a normal thing for us.
Right, now the next line I want you to do is the headline. She's just starting off learning the 4 major lines on the hands. There's many different lines, but not everybody has them.
Your headline is to do with your brain. If it's strong, it shows that you've got good ideas and you're the leader.
Right.
And if it is weak, that means you shouldn't go with your ideas.
Right. So what's your other lines?
Your career line.
You have to just learn every line and then just pick out what you can find in people's hand. But also it's to do with your psychic abilities as well. It's interpretation to get an accurate reading. It's using the two, the lines on the hand, but also your psychic abilities. Everybody's got psychic abilities, and it's just knowing how to tune into them. With Romany families, they're used to it and they can tell whether they've got the gift strong or not.
That means that you'll have a very outstanding career.
Nancy's got quite a good psychic ability. From the age of 4, I did notice it in her.
I run to the phone, answered it, and it wasn't even ringing, and about 2 minutes later it just started ringing. That's what the first time I knew.
With this kind of ability, Nancy could have a career in both the psychic and musical worlds.
What it is with Nancy, she's torn between a music as well, because she really has got a musical talent.
All the petulant grows are either musicians or fortune tellers. I'm both. It's just a natural thing that comes to us.
I don't mind what she does, as long as she's enjoying what she's doing and she's doing the best she can. That's all that I'm really bothered about. If she doesn't make it in the music industry, she can just fall back onto palm reading. And I don't think that's too bad, because we've done all right out of it.
So does Nancy's fortune-telling mum predict success for her daughter in the upcoming competition?
I couldn't read a future, because it's one thing you mustn't do. You should never read your own future. It's supposed to be very unlucky. But I think it's written in the stars, yes, definitely.
It's no wonder that the people stop instead.
Somewhere on the M25, Jake's risking life and limb to do battle with a problem no one could have predicted.
I've no idea what I'm doing. I'm not a mechanic, but there's something that's loose and I'm just going to wire it up.
Thankfully, Jake did have the foresight to bring some gaffer tape.
I think that's what it is. It's just a rattling, actually.
Trouble is, Jake's fix is temporary, so he's heading for a nearby gypsy site in search of help from a higher power.
We're going to Salvation Place, which is a little gypsy site near here.
Good Christian people, hence why they're helping us out.
With the wonderful Michael Wilson. They called him St Michael because he can't do enough for everyone. He is the loveliest man I know. Do you know, whenever I break down, it's always near a gypsy site in Surrey. Gypsies, the 4th Emergency Service.
The mythical St Michael isn't on site today, but his mate Wayne is on hand to diagnose a dodgy diesel pump.
Where you got going?
Cheshire. Fancy a drive?
There are no spare parts on hand, but Wayne might have the answer to Jake's prayers.
Jake, you guys lend that minibus, take a look. I don't think that's been used every weekend.
But first, a cheeky phone call to the man himself.
You know the minibus? Is that yours, Michael? Or is it the church? Do you think it would be possible to borrow that to get up to Cheshire for tonight? All right. God bless you. God bless you. Actually, I'm just thinking, it's all right to have it until Monday. Bless you, Michael. Well done. That is why they called him St. Michael. That minibus is now ours. A church alive is worth the drive. Seek Jesus and you will find. It says something, doesn't it? Mm. When you're in need.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Lord.
Thanks to the Good Samaritans of Salvation Place, it's wagons roll to Cheshire.
You look very good driving this Christian bus.
Do I?
You look like a minister.
There is definitely a kind of a feeling of the Blues Brothers about this trip, you know. The Blues Brothers were on a mission from God. I'm not saying that we're on a mission from God, but what happened today was nothing short of a miracle.
Yeah.
Our truck broke down on the M25.
Junction 9 at Leatherhead.
As luck would have it, or as God would have it, you know, and I'm not a religious man, but some things are amazing. We were only about 10 miles away from Salvation Place.
And they gave us food and water and paracetamol for my headache. You know, really good bunch of people.
Jake might be back on track, but tomorrow's competition still lacks competitors.
Numbers are still a bit ropey. We're talking 7, 8 people, so, you know, I think people are going to turn up on the day.
The Lord is testing you, Jake.
Somebody's testing me.
Oh.
4 hours and 200 miles later, the Light and Life bus makes it to Winsford in Cheshire.
After 200 yards, turn right.
Turn right.
Is it that
But Gentina's not impressed.
That one there. That's it, the edge. That's it. There's
What?
it.
What, that building with all the board up the windows?
And neither is the sat-nav.
Turn around when possible.
This is frightening, this place.
It's like Shameless. It's in Shameless.
Yeah, have you seen Shameless? Everyone gets robbed.
You don't think the gypsies live in the nice part of town, do you? How do we get down to that bit there, then? Because that's where we've got to unload from. Gypsies are in town. We're freewheeling, guys.
Oh, my God. You know what this is, don't you? It's a scene out of the Jeremy Kyle show.
Traveller's Got Talent.
They do say never judge a book by its cover. Let's hope tomorrow's talent makes the setting shine. Having been rescued by some Good Samaritans en route to Winsford in Cheshire, Jake and his judges are waking up to some more gypsy hospitality. The travellers spent last night at the home of Jake's mate, Des.
Hi, how are you doing this morning?
He's the best man going.
Good hospitality, too.
And the best of hospitality.
We've had a good breakfast here this
Des
morning
is the
from
best
Des.
cook.
He's a cook.
They wore me out.
Don't really know that many men that can cook, but old Des can, can't you, Des?
Yeah.
Most suburban Sunday mornings are spent washing the car or mowing the lawn. But when you're a gypsy, there are much more exciting things to do.
Just taking the horse out for a drive. This is, Bob, young Bob. This is the gypsy part of town. There's loads of travellers that live in houses all around here, and what you see here just goes to show you the being in a trailer. You don't have to be in a trailer to be a gypsy or a traveller. It's a culture that you take with you wherever you live. So whereas, you know, your average Gorgia person might have a nice rockery or a kind of a rose bed here you got a stable, you got kennels for the dogs. Des, that's his bedroom there, that's the trailer. The house is for guests. This is modern gypsy life on a housing estate. Come on, Bob. Go on, walk on. That's what every Sunday morning should be like, you know. You have a lovely man cook you a cooked breakfast, and then he lends you his horse to go for a spin. One thing you find about the gypsy community is wherever I go in the country, wherever I go in the world, I have friends, if not family, to call upon.
In Romany, there's a word called pachiv, which means that you're showing people respect. And you have to show people respect. You have to show hospitality, but you also have to show hospitality to people that come to you. And, you know, that's an essential part of Gypsy identity.
While Jake and Gentina are horsing around the housing estates, Roisin's indulging in a more modern gypsy pastime.
This isn't what I'm wearing, this is just my, well, it's just my clothes for getting ready. I've got a nice blue dress today. I'm going with the Roma flag, you see. I've got all my lovely colours, but I've got a nice blue dress today, so it's something a bit different. I like to look nice. I like to look nice. Some people, they have lovely clothes and they never wear them, they keep them in a wardrobe, and I just prefer to look lovely every day. Being a dancer, I think all dancers, they think they've always got a costume on. It gets confusing after years of wearing show makeup. The difference between normal life and the stage starts to blur a little bit. I'm really excited today. I'm still really hoping to see some more dance acts.
Roisin's wish is about to come true, because in a Kentish suburb, there's a young gypsy boy getting ready to tap his way into her affections. Unbelievably, 14-year-old Riley Smith's only been dancing for 3 years, but looks set to give the opposition a run for their money.
It's an old traditional Romany tap dance, but I don't use my heel and toe, I just use my toe. Modern tap dancers use their toe and their heel, but I just use the toe.
He takes after his father's side of the family. Great-grandfather was a tap dancer on the stage.
Been passed down through the generations.
We all encourage him as a family, but my husband is the main coach. Just them one-to-one, you know, loads of music and lots of taps.
Sadly, Riley's dad didn't want to appear on TV, but the rest of his family aren't as camera shy.
The whole family's behind Riley, I'm 100%. They come round and say, "Oh, Riley, get your shoes out, have a dance." We are really proud of him.
Riley's tried and failed to audition for weeks.
When we went up to Epsom, they were booked. He was quite disappointed with that. So we went to the South Bank Centre, that was fully booked.
But finally his tenacity's paid off, and he'll be making the long journey north to Winsford.
Cheshire is 4 hours away, but we're travellers, we're used to it. We're looking forward to it, rivers are keen, so good luck to Riley. I think he's got a good chance, definitely.
With no hands.
A church alive is worth the drive. Seek Jesus and you will find. Hallelujah!
Having finished a Sunday morning trot around the block, it's time to focus on the minor matter of a talent show. Pride of place today will be the ancient gypsy caravan Des and his family are lovingly restoring.
Well, the wagon is probably the oldest left in the country. It's been in the same family before we had it for 110 years, and it's been renovated. My dad's doing most of the work, and it's going to look fantastic when it's done.
The ancient wagon is too fragile to be pulled by horses, so today's horsepower comes courtesy of a transit van.
This is 125 horsepower.
While Des and his sons hitch up their gypsy wagon, Jake and the judges pile into their Christian van.
Oh, this is a good day to drive the bus. It's Sunday. Definitely wearing too many clothes.
I reckon it's going to be 30 degrees today, isn't it?
This is like the A-team with this.
The sun's out this morning and the temperature's rising.
Here we go, ladies.
But Gentina's not feeling as hot as she'd like.
The film crew've lost me makeup. No, it's not in the Louis purse. Now I've got this crap lipstick that I hate. It's the only thing. Yep, I look like I've been punched in the lips.
Today's venue isn't quite the South Bank, but it is a cultural centre that's been given to the local gypsy and traveller community.
The South Bank Centre is not somewhere which gypsy and traveller people would ever frequent naturally. This council estate is the reality for how most gypsies and traveller people live nowadays. They either live on site or they're more likely to live in social housing. That's the reality. So this estate and everything about it is much more the gypsy reality.
The reality for today's gypsy contestants is their fast approaching curtain up.
I'm very nervous. Yeah.
I can't wait. I think it's going to be good fun to get up there and dance in front of everyone.
It feels good, you know. It's like you're stamping your mark of authority on a place, you know. So you unfurl the banner and it's definitely happening.
OK, so this is the running order. We're looking at least 10.
At least 10, yeah.
All right.
We've also got a couple more that are on the way, bringing the registration forms with them.
We haven't got the quantity that we've got in other places, but we definitely got the quality.
Yeah.
For Jake, this competition is all about finding travellers with talent. But for his sponsor, Zaffa, it's all about finding travellers with money.
Zaffa's here, said, yeah, it's very colourful, it's a bit of a strange area, but, you know, is it going to bring me any business?
Today is going to be quite crucial to see how many bums and seats they've got here. And if it's not well attended, then we need to really sit down with Jake and reassess our ongoing investment into this venture.
When I first went to see him, I said, look, this is the start. You're coming in at the ground floor. Whether it goes up to the penthouse suite is dependent upon all of us.
Whatever you sort of throw something at him, he sort of smiles it off and says, yeah, we'll deal with it, Zaffa, we'll do that. He very much sort of tries to appease you in whichever way he can. But whether he can deliver the results, it's a different matter.
I'm not worried at all. People hopefully will come out from the estate, come to their community centre, which has been given to the gypsy community, and have a good day of it. I'm delivering him the market that he needs, so I'm not worried about it. Whether he does it next year remains to be seen.
It's Sunday lunchtime, and Winsford is swinging to the sound of the Romany Diamonds. The Polish Roma band is busy warming up an expectant audience and some anxious entrants.
In front of the banner there, look.
Outside, Jake and his gypsy judges are also getting ready for the competition. Gentina Chapman and Roisin Mullins are joined today by a third judge, Damien Labar.
Can someone make me laugh? Because I know I've got a miserable face.
Damien's living proof that there's more to the average traveller than first meets the eye. In fact, he's a veritable gypsy genius.
Thank you.
I'm a gypsy man. Grew up on my grandfather's land in Sussex. And I suppose I stand out a little bit because I went to boarding school, got a scholarship to a charity boarding school. Obviously that was quite a sort of radical idea for me in my position. A lot of my family didn't necessarily agree with that. It was quite hard for them emotionally. And I went to university after that, actually to Oxford, which I don't like to brag about, but then I'm bragging on, I really. But, you know, I like to mention it just to let other gypsies and travellers who want to do different things know that they can do that. I did theology at Oxford. I'd actually initially intended to be a priest, which I won't go into, but that's, you know, it hasn't turned out that way for me. And for my sins, I actually ended up getting a first and coming top of the year, so obviously I was pretty happy about that. I grew up speaking the Romany language, that's very important to me. I've always identified with it, you know, that's who I feel I am. And I think that gives me the right to call myself a Romany gypsy, and I'm proud of that.
Time for Jake to educate his judges in talent show etiquette.
Some other people may turn up, but I just want to explain the judging system to you again, because in some places, I've noticed that you haven't been sticking to it.
But you've chosen travellers to be judges. I can't add up. He's quite clever, though.
He's clever.
Yeah,
he's clever. You've got an Oxford graduate here, right? Your judgment is final, right? But it has to be seen to be done that you are doing it in a fair way, right?
Of course we're doing it. We've done it in a fair way.
Well, I know you have, but in some places...
I'm not a fair woman?
I'm not saying that at all, but in some places we've had some complaints, right? So this is how it is done.
You're joking.
Right? Each one, mark it out 15. So a 15 is somebody that makes your hair stand on end.
Have we had any 15s?
I think we've definitely had some 15s.
Yes.
So it's just
We've definitely had some zeros as well.
And I'm telling you what, you haven't got an easy job.
You are.
No,
you are a thorn between two roses, or a rose between two thorns. you don't be fooled. She can be vicious, and so can she. Right. Right. They might end up tearing each other's hairs out, or they might end up trying to tear your beard off your face. So is that all clear? Should we get in there?
In your dreams.
We need to grab some pens.
I'm joking. In your dreams.
I've had scuba dive.
With the judges seemingly singing in tune, it's time to see if the entrants can do the same.
Please put your hands together and give a special welcome for Margaret Murphy.
First up, 28-year-old Irish traveller Margaret Murphy, who lost her sight when just 3 months old, but is determined to make it big.
It means a lot to me. I mean, everything to get through, to make everybody proud of me. I'm a young married man and I'm fed up of life. Oh,
Margaret singing an old family favourite, a song about cod liver oil.
So I bought her a bottle to give her good cheer, and the way that she drank it, you'd swear it was beer. My leg was shaking because I was so nervous. It went down the same, so I think she's got... I always wanted to be a singer from a young age. I always wanted to make me mum and daddy proud and my brothers. Oh, you'd swear it was singing of Covey Varial.
Next up, it's accordion player and trainee fortune teller Nancy Petulengro.
Yeah, she plays a squeeze box.
Squeeze box.
That's what it is, isn't it?
Is it?
The accordion. Sorry, gentlemen.
Squeeze box. Oh, I love it.
I think that people don't see the right side of the accordion sometimes. They think it's just, you know, pirate ship music, if you know what I mean. But it is very nice. You can play classical on it.
Wicked. She's like Marek on the fiddle.
Beat that.
She's incredible.
Nancy may have wowed the judges, but faces a nervous wait to see if her performance can be beaten. And she's up against a series of entrants calling on a higher power for inspiration.
We're going to be singing a Christian song, and because we are Christians. Well, I'm not Christian, I'm Catholic. Yeah, these two are Catholic, but they are singing a Christian song.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound
that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Put down the knife, cause no more strife, and teach your children about Jesus Christ.
Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home.
Today's judges are looking for 3 winners to go through to the London final, and for some, the pressure's too much to take.
Lisa Marie Smith, could you please put your hands together and encourage her up to the stage, because I know she's a bit nervous. Does Lisa not want to do it?
Not yet. I didn't think there'd be this many people. I thought there'd be people here, but not as many as there is, because there's people everywhere.
Perhaps 14-year-old Riley Smith will get lucky and tap his way into the final.
Put it in your pocket.
Right, please put your hands together for Riley Smith.
Come on, Riley.
I think he's done very well. I'm really proud of him. Got nearly started crying.
I hate the spit. This is the worst part. Don't mind getting up there and doing what I have to do. It's just waiting. I hate it.
Previously, judges' deliberations have been tense and terse, but today there are some entrants whose talents stand out a mile.
What are we saying, ladies?
I'll say very easy. How about Nancy I don't know how to say
Nancy Petulengro, which
Pretty
is
incredible.
Smith in Old
You're
English.
joking! I
Is
love
it?
you, you're brilliant. Mr. Intelligence. Can I just point out that I was saying, well, he's got to be writing his numbers down in code.
OK, let's get it out of the way. I wrote my numbers in Hebrew because I didn't want people looking.
The whole competition, I've been trying to read them and I thought I couldn't read.
To see an English Romany girl playing the accordion, totally rounded performance. Everything she did,
Yeah.
a bit of charm, there were little smiles in there that just brought it.
Yeah.
She could turn around to anything. And with a
I
little
think she
bit of
could even
development.
possibly win it. The little boy was really, really good. Really good. I don't know how he does that about falling over.
I spoke to him outside. He does make up the steps himself and he's never been taught Irish dancing and he calls it his Gypsy Irish dancing.
You know what I really liked about it was it's got all the kind of precision and the rhythm of traditional stepping and tap, but he also wasn't afraid to fling himself about a bit and charm you a little bit.
Margaret made me cry because firstly she had to have help onto the stage and obviously she has the vision impairment and everything. But I feel as a judge that Margaret would not want to be judged on her,
Exactly,
on her
she wouldn't.
eyesight.
Billy, for me, was a charmer with a natural voice.
His legs were absolutely shaking and
Yeah.
he kept flicking his legs and laughing,
I agree with everything in terms of his talent and his performance.
So are we
you know.
agreed?
We've got our order then, haven't we?
Yeah.
So, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, the results for the Northern final of Travellers' Got Talent 2011 are, in third place, Billy Doherty. In second place is Nancy Petulengro. And the winner is Riley Smith.
Come on, get up!
My God!
Bloody saviour.
Really? I love this boy.
Hello, I got through.
I was very surprised, to be honest. I thought there was better singers than me in there.
But I took the Petulengros tonight. The accordions, the fiddles, the drums, everything out.
It was good. Can't wait till the finals.
Yeah, neither can I. What are you going to do? Something cushy?
Yeah, fast one.
Yeah? Fast one.
My husband's uncle calls him Turbo.
Turbo, he's like... Dear Riley, you don't know how to exactly soak up all the attention he's getting, do you, boy? Bludged to pieces.
The next heat of this unique talent show for unique talent is in just 6 days. Time for Jake and his judges to hit the road.
Next stop, Dorset.
you.